the turnout today is not, I wouldn't know, but I know more people will join while we continue. So we just have to start. Um, Welcome to today's session of Beyond Spreadsheet. So because of the poor network yesterday, we couldn't complete the class, and out of the magnanimity of the speaker, he obliged to reschedule the class for today. So that's why we are here today. And today's class is not supposed to last for more than an hour, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, he'll be speaking for barely 30 minutes because he already did a preliminary of yesterday's class. All right. So he will just have to round up with what he had in stock for us from yesterday, and then we'll take it from there. Right. So without wasting much of our time, with a clapping ovation, I want you to help me make welcome Mr. Sage. Sir, you have the floor.
Good evening, everyone. It's it's a privilege to be back with you. First of all, I would like to thank you for your patience and understanding during our previous section. Unfortunately, I experienced network challenges. So, during our last section, we discussed how the accounting profession is changing and why Excel alone is no longer enough, the importance of accounting software, and the need for accountants to embrace technology rather than fear it. So instead of starting all over again, I would like to build on that foundation. So we'll focus on how you can position yourselves as a future accountant, the practical digital skills employers expect, and the importance of cyber security awareness. So how many of you remember one thing from our last section that changed the way you think about accounting? Okay, so if you remember, you can just type it in the chat box. So like I said, technology is changing. Business is also changing. The accountant who will strive in today's digital world is accountant who is digitally skilled, not just digitally skilled, accountant who is also cyber aware. So, like I said, a first class degree is an excellent achievement. And if you have one, you should be proud of it. But a first class alone does not guarantee a job. So, what makes you stand out is your ability to solve problems. Your degree may get you an interview. Your skills are what gets you hired. And your ability to deliver results is what gets you promoted. That's why while you are working hard for good grades, also work hard to develop practical skills. The combination of your academic excellence and practical competence is what employers are looking for. Like I said yesterday, I told you that employers are looking for skill, not just your certificate alone. They're also looking for your skill. So let me ask you a question. If two graduates attend the same interview and one has a first class but has never used accounting software, but the other has a second class upper but can confidently use accounting software and analyze data and communicate professionally, who do you think many employers are more likely to hire? So
The second employer, sir.
exactly. So employers don't just hire certificates, they hire competence. I talk about the modern accounting software. Remember, I said that we have two accounting software. We have the traditional accounting software and the modern accounting software. I said the traditional accounting software is the software that is installed on your laptop. We have software like Sage 50. I asked a question yesterday if some of you have used any accounting software, or some of you have heard of any accounting software, but I think 2 or 3 people said they have not heard of accounting software. So accounting software is a software that helps organization in managing their financial transactions. So for the traditional accounting software, we have Sage 50, QuickBooks Point of Sale. So traditional accounting software is the one installed on your laptop, while the modern accounting software is the cloud accounting software, the one that works online. It uses internet. And such a software must not be necessarily be installed on your laptop. You can actually access it from anywhere you are in the world. If you're in USA or you're in UK, you can be able to post transaction on cloud. So that's why it's called cloud accounting software. But for the traditional accounting software is the one that it has to be installed on your laptop. You have to work with it on your system. So if it's not installed on your laptop, you can't be able to access or post any transaction. So that's what we call traditional accounting software. So I mentioned something like cloud device. I said cloud device, they are devices that are used to access cloud-based software. Examples of your a cloud device is your phone. Your phone is an example of a cloud device. Your laptop is an example of a cloud device. So for you to access a cloud device, you also need to have internet connection. So cloud device, they are devices that are used to access cloud-based software. You don't need to install the software on your laptop. You can actually type using your Chrome browser. You can just search for QuickBooks. Then you'll be able to access the company data and post transaction on using your cloud device. So examples of cloud device, we have QuickBooks Online, we have Sage Business Cloud. We also have Zoho Books, we have Odo ERP, we have Zero Cloud Accounting Software, we have FreshBooks and other cloud accounting software. Remember, I told you that accounting software still follow the same principles. Accounting software, and also note that accounting software does not teach accounting. It assumes that you already understand accounting. So for one to be able to use accounting software, you also need to have the theoretical knowledge. You also need to know the concepts of accounting. Do you understand? You also need to have the theoretical knowledge, which is the one that you are taught in the classroom. Accounting concepts, accounting principles. You also need to have that foundation. So you now using accounting software as an accountant, it becomes easier for you because you already have the practical, you already have the theoretical knowledge. So it's the theoretical knowledge that you use to complement or supplement what you have learned into practice. So using accounting software, you also need to understand the basics of accounting. So you know how to classify which is assets, expense, income, or equity. You know how to classify all these accounts because you already have you already know the theoretical aspects. You already understand the concepts of accounting. Do you understand? So what employers are looking for, they're not just looking for your certificate alone. They're also looking for your skill, what you can add in the company, the value you can bring to the company. Remember, I told you that what makes you valuable is the skill that you acquire. A lot of graduates wait until they graduate from university before they start acquiring a skill. By then, they're already competing with thousands of graduates who have the same degree. So the smartest thing you can do is become valuable before you graduate. Graduation is not the end of learning. Remember this word. Graduation is not the end of learning. It is the beginning. Technology changes every year. Accounting standard changes. Tax laws changes. AI also changes. So if you stop learning, you start becoming outdated. So the best time to learn, the best time to gain practical skills is now. Don't wait till when you graduate before you start gaining practical skills. You also need to know how to use accounting software. Remember, like I said, a good accountant is not someone that knows only debit and credit only. A good accountant is someone that knows accounting principles, tax record, and also is digitally skilled and cyber aware. So what I mean by cyber awareness, cyber awareness is the ability to understand that financial data is one of the most sensitive assets of an organization. Or you can say cyber awareness is the ability to understand, ability to protect financial information against cyber criminals. So that's what cyber awareness means. So a cyber aware accountant is a finance professional, is someone who understands that financial data is one of the most sensitive assets of an organization and who takes proactive steps to protect it. So that's what cyber awareness means for accountants. So as an accountant, as an accounting student, you also need to know what cyber awareness means. So that's why I'm talking about cyber awareness. Note that accountants are prime targets in organization. So if you handle money, if you approve payments, you are a target. Because cyber criminals, they use various means to what? Deceive people. They use deception. They manipulate people's emotion. They manipulate people's feelings, and they create panic. So you ought to also need to know what cyber awareness means. It will help you to also identify cyber threats when when you are working in any organization. Not just when you're working in any organization, you also need to understand the rudiments, the concepts of what it means to be cyber aware. Do you understand? So these are practical skills that you also need to also know. Practical skills that you also need to use that will help you stay relevant in today's driven world. So before I graduated from from university rather, I was fortunate to receive 3 different career opportunities. One opportunity came from a foreign company. I remember I told you that before I gained admission, I had already mastered 8 accounting software. As an undergraduate, before I gained admission, I had mastered all these accounting software. Where I told you that I work as an account assistant. Practical skills, I learned how to use Microsoft Excel and also accounting software. Also strengthened my ability and positioned me in the job market. So when I graduated from university, I was fortunate to receive 3 different career opportunities. So one opportunity came from a foreign company in Australia. They wanted me to market their accounting software. It was actually a good offer, but after evaluating their accounting software, I discovered that their software had limitations. And it's not something for one to recommend to clients. You understand what I mean? When you notice that there's a limitation, it's not something you recommend to people. So I chose integrity and I declined that offer. So another opportunity came was from a private university in Enugu, where I taught their final year accounting students Sage 50 and QuickBooks, and also educated them about cloud accounting software. So after training these students, I was invited by their head of accounting department to come and train their lecturers. I was an undergraduate. I taught their lecturers and also professors accounting software, Sage, QuickBooks, and cloud accounting software. I educated them on this accounting software that are used by so many organizations in Nigeria and in the world at large. So I trained them on this software. So the offer was that they offered me a contract to teach accounting software because NUC had already added it to their curriculum. They had added this accounting software, all these skills to their curriculum. So they wanted me to train to teach students this course, which is accounting software, alongside one of their lecturers. It was actually an honor, but I chose a different path because I wanted to work directly with business, helping business solve real problems, solve real world accounting and technological challenges. So the third one was an accounting role in Lagos. Yes. So within 2 weeks, I was promoted to a senior accountant. Within 2 weeks, the offer was an accounting role. Actually, as a graduate, was an accounting role. Within 2 weeks, I was promoted as a senior accountant. So that experience reinforced something I've always believed. When you have practical skills and can create value, people will notice you. I'm not here to impress you, but I'm here to encourage you. And also note that the opportunity did not come because I had a degree. They came because I invested in practical skills while I was still a student. So that's the message I want you to remember today. Don't wait after graduation or after you graduate to become valuable. Start now. Learn accounting software, learn AI, develop cybersecurity awareness, improve your communication skills as well, and also build your integrity and professionalism. By the time you graduate, don't just carry a certificate, carry skills that makes employers, clients, or organization confident in your ability to solve problems. So your future is being shaped by the choices you make today. So like I said, a good accountant or a tech-driven accountant is not someone that knows debit and credit alone or knows only tax. Is someone who is digitally skilled and also cyber aware. So employers don't just hire certificate, they hire competence. So remember, note all these things. It's very, very important. Learn practical skills. Learn the tools of an accountant. I told you that Microsoft Excel, Excel, or Microsoft Word, they are one of the tools of an accountant. Learn all these things. Start from the basic, which is the fundamental. Then before learning other accounting software, then you can learn other things. This is what helps you and makes you valuable in today's digital world. So when opportunities came my way, like I said, after graduation, they didn't come because someone asked only for my CGPA. It came because I had developed practical skills in accounting technology while I was still a student. So that's why I'm encouraging you. Don't graduate with just a certificate. Graduate with skills that solve problems. So the next success story I'm looking forward to hearing is yours. Because few years from now, I hope one of you will say, I attended this webinar, I started learning these skills, and it's changed my career. So if that happens, then today's section will have been worth it. So before we conclude, I would like to share one more thing with you. Okay. For those of you who are interested in gaining practical or hands-on experience, I will be organizing a comprehensive training where we will go beyond theory. In that training, you will learn how to use accounting software in real business scenarios, understand AI tools for accountants, and also develop cybersecurity awareness and gain practical skills that employers value. So if your goal is not just to graduate, but to become job ready, I encourage you to join us. So I'll be taking questions. Yeah.
Okay, so before we continue with the questions, I will hand over to the moderator to go ahead with the questions. Anyway, in sequel to what Mr. Sage said, this is more like a theoretical teaching and introduction to accounting software. All right. In order to gain mastery, in accounting software, you actually have to you actually have to get ahead of others and get these digital skills yourself. So um, we are privileged to actually have him here, and he he has a class that will be starting. That should be 4th of July, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, later this week, and it's going to be a 3 months intensive training. I wouldn't know. I believe he has the flyer, and then he will still come up with it. So, but for now, I want to encourage you, if you're actually an accountant or a student accountant who is yet to get these skills, this is actually an opportunity. I am not saying it because I just have to say it. This was the same man who taught me. Most of my classmates are on this call actually, so they can actually attest. I started learning accounting softwares from him directly while I was in year one, when I got to discover this business side of clearly. That was a Telegram class. So I was part of that class. That was where I got to learn about QuickBooks. And then when we got to 200 level, I didn't even know that we are going to be offering it in 200 level. That was second semester. And then that was it. And I didn't find it difficult at all. I didn't find it difficult to cope through. So I went as far as helping some of my classmates to even learn um, about it. And God's grace, we all did well in the exam. So this is actually an opportunity for you as an accountant. If you are not an accountant, I'm not talking to you actually. So, but if you are a student accountant or a potential accountant, this is a big opportunity for you. So while we take the question and answer session, before the end of the class, he will probably tell us what the cost would be, and believe me, he has so much brought down the price or the cost that you cannot even resist not to be part of it. I'm being serious. The price is as low as, when he actually told me, I was amazed because I didn't see it coming. It's as low as for the value that you are going to be getting. So don't even see that I'm kind of maybe advertising. No, well, you will see for yourself anyway. So I would invite the moderator to take on the question and answer session. The person of Miss Daniel, please, um, you can continue now.
Good evening, everyone. Hope we're still connected. If you are still with us, please react with an emoji. All right, thank you, about school. It's time for question and answer. If you have any question, you can do well to raise your hand with the raise hand emoji. Anyone with a question? Okay, about school, you have a question. The floor is yours.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Please, there are some students here that are from University of Oyo, accounting students. So for his training, I don't know how are we going to work with that because that distance is not favorable. That's my question. Thank you.
Okay, so our training is done online actually. So there's also a course outline that we'll send to we'll send it to the group chat so that you see what it covers. So the training covers 4 accounting software where we teach accountants and also accounting students. It's not just only for accounting students. We have other professionals that have joined the training. We have where we teach you the fundamentals of cyber awareness, the importance of cyber awareness for accountants. So for one to be a cyber aware accountant, you don't need to be a cyber security expert. Cyber awareness is not only the responsibility of IT professionals, it's also the responsibility of an accountant. So that's what we train people on this for the training. Okay, we have Olamide. Okay, you can ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for this session. I actually appreciate because, in fact, it's worth it.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any other question?
Sir, can I ask another one?
Yes.
Is like calm among the skills? Is it a skill?
You say?
Is I can a skill? Is it among the skills you're talking about?
I can. No, it's not among
Mm.
the skill, but we we teach theoretical and also practical. Yeah. So ICANN is not a skill. ICANN is a professional body on its own. You understand?
Okay. Mm.
Okay, any other question?
Does anyone have any other question to ask? Okay, Perpetua and Joshua. Joshua, you can go ahead.
If there are no more questions, we can call it a day after now. Thank you so much.
All right, since we don't have anyone with question, first of all, I want to appreciate God for making the webinar a successful one. Despite the network issue yesterday, we're able to complete and conclude the webinar this night. I want to appreciate our convener and our host, Mr. Splendid, for organizing this wonderful and insightful webinar for all of us. And I know that most of us will gain a lot of knowledge and even learn and unlearn some things. So I want to thank our speakers, Mr. Sampson and Mr. Sage, for bringing out time for us to enlightening us about the tax reforms and also accounting software and AI automation. And lastly, I want to thank each and every one of us that made it to this stage. Despite our busy schedule, we created time to participate in the webinar. Thank you everyone for participating. Thank you everyone for coming out. Even when there's not actually the agreed time for the webinar, you still made out time for us. Thank you very much, and I pray that as we have learned so much that we are going to apply it in our career path in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And this is where we bring it to a close. Thank you for participating in Beyond Spreadsheet. Good night, everyone, and I hope that you guys are not just going to throw the knowledge that you start learning, you start you will not just say that you graduated as an accountant with certificate, but you graduated as accountant with skills. Hope you are hearing what I'm saying. All right, now we can all leave the call, the meeting, we are done with the webinar for today.